Hello once again, and thanks for joining us for another edition of African Stars Legends. In our company today, we are going to talk to a club legend. He's none other than the chief of the Wairero Traditional Authority in the Aminis Reserve, and a former school teacher, a former announcer with the Southwest Africa Broadcasting Corporation, which is currently NBC. It's Mr. Bertholdt Tjiundje. Bertholdt, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Tjiundje, it's Bertholdt Tjiundje. He is a former African Stars. He was a part of the second and third generation of African Stars. A left-footed guy, very strong midfielder. I mean, I had the privilege to watch him play when he came to African Stars. And for me, he was not just an ordinary player. He was one of the best players in that squad. Chief, take us a little bit through your football journey, which started way in Aminus. I remember the interview that I had with you a couple of years ago. You told me that you were schooling in Aminus, and then my uncle, the late Julius Kakipunda, came there as a teacher. He's a former player of Washaway and also played for Juvenile. Then they took you guys under his wing.
Yeah. Sorry. I started my school at Rietquelle in Aminus in 1955. Around about 1950, 1960, came Mr. Kakipunda as a teacher there. And then it came along also Mr. Javera Urbanas. And these two teachers were very eager with sport. They trained us football there and athletics and netball also for girls. And so we started to flourish. And in 1959, I think so, under correction, we took a tournament to Epukiro, Mawewonyanda. We played there with that primary school there. One of the players there that I remember well was Mr. Shido, and one Mr. Shombe there, who's no more there. Yeah, it was a way back, I don't remember well. So these teachers taught us football, and we were also energetic, and we started loving the sport, and so we went on playing in our school there. After finishing school there in 1964, I went to Augustinum in Okahanja. There we started. We were now good at football.
We're now established players in walk straight into the school's first team.
Yeah. Straight from a
village to
from a village to started to play in the first team of the school there. It was Usiel Shienda, Atiri Rwako, and me who played in the first school there, in the first team of the school.
Now, how was the game like during those days? I mean, the opponents obviously playing against Nubra and probably other teams where you moved into nearby towns such as Karipe and Usamos. How was football like? How was the competition?
And because the competition was tough. Most of all with Deborah School. It was a good school, that one, in sport. And then we played against other teams also from Windhoek, Tigers, Orlando Pirates. I can't remember well of the Black Africa. When did it start?
They were established, I think, in 1964.
1964, okay. Then it was also in the midst of those teams who played against. And then there was Blue Waters. There was also the hero team of Eshuarongo.
Life Fighters.
Kahirona. Okay, all those teams.
Now, how did African Stars discover you? Because if I recall, you came at the same time with UCL when you joined African Stars.
Yeah. When we were at the Agostinium, African Stars used to play with us there. And it is there where they discovered us. We played against them, we beat them, and they discovered us there. And whenever they had a game in Windhoek with other teams, they used to go to Okahaja, request us to play with them, to help to play for them.
But you earlier told me that the request was because in those days, white people were always in charge, and they were very strict. And they wouldn't just allow, kids just to go out of school for weekends. And you told me that each and every time the African Stars came around for the services, excuse was there, some family member will pass away, to the extent that the teacher started asking, how many people do you see there who are your families?
There was a teacher, a colored teacher, Mr. Hansen, who was a sports teacher at the room. And when African Stars came there to request us to play for them there, they used to say that some of our kids died and so on, we're going to a funeral or something. Later on, Mr. Hansen wondered how many families do we have that every time die that we have to go and bury and so on. Fortunately, Mr. Hansen loved us. He was very fond of us.
Passionate about it.
Yeah. Later on, he didn't have trouble giving us to play for African Stars.
How was it like now you're coming from school, now you're coming to play with established players? I remember the squad that you came to play with great guys like George Oveka, Kaniman, with Amos Shombe. There was Raul, there was Opet Kamurona, and some great players in the team. How was it like coming to fit into the new team?
It was not difficult for them to let us join in the team because we just to play a well good game for them, and so they were fond of us also, and they mixed up.
So how was the competition like? Because I remember those days we did not really have proper league structures. Mostly playing knockout cup tournaments. And many times these matches really never finish. There were always quarrels, and then sometimes, because it became dark, with a lot of troubles and a lot of problems. So how did this affect you as a player who really want to take your game to the next level?
We were in the system in those days.
You have to accept the system.
Yeah. It didn't affect us much, though we couldn't finish the games as was supposed to be. But we managed. We went through, played some games where played full time, some games ended halfway, but we do it.
Who were your favorite players? I mean, within the team or the opponents, and your favorite, probably the toughest opponent. I remember that time, Tigers had a brilliant team with guys like Timo, Ferre, Jakoro, and they had great players only. They had great players. Which team was really your toughest opponent?
Our toughest opponent was Tigers and the Orlando Pirates. These two teams were tough opponents. And even from the coast, Blue Waters.
You guys played without coaches.
Yes.
Yes. How was it like now? Who's to select the team and who is the captain is in charge and who control the team as well? And in terms of tactics, and how was it like? And when halftime we go to the dressing room, who discussing the tactics now? How are we going to approach the game in the second half? Who took charge of all these proceedings?
During most of the times there that we played, we were under the guidance of Kela Kauta. Yeah, he was one. Was a good coach also. Riro Hiamutide was also there as an assistant. And all those.
Now, the game of football has evolved. It's evolved quite a lot. A lot of changes, new dynamics, nutrition, training methods, everything is totally different. But if you look at the overall standard of play in comparison to your days, I mean, I watch you, and in my personal opinion, I look at some of the players now, the current crop of players. The talent that you guys have, in my opinion, is yet to be matched. I don't know what is your opinion from what you are seeing now, the current crop of players. You really think they're at the right level where they're supposed to be?
Yeah. The games of today, people have a lot of opportunities that we didn't have at those times. People are being paid today
To play football.
That we didn't have in those days.
Paid for fun.
And they were played for fun and for the passion of the game. And but the real thing is that for the loving of soccer and so on, we were eager to deliver our best. We were eager to play soccer for the entertainment of our followers, and so is it.
Now, you guys kind of laid the foundation for African Stars. African Stars is the big institution. Currently, now the team is the double champions. They won back-to-back league titles. Do you still follow African Stars?
Yes, I do.
The progress of the team.
I do.
And now, what is your opinion about the team? Are you happy with the way the team is run, the way the team is performing? And what could you suggest? What should probably be done to improve or whatever?
Currently, yes, I'm living far away from Windhoek in the reserve there. I don't have that chance to watch the team currently, occasionally, but
you follow the progress.
Yes, I follow the progress.
Are you happy with the team's progress?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Now, what is your message for probably aspiring kids? Well, I mean, African Stars is a kind of a unifier of a certain group of people who are emotionally attached to the institution. So what is your message to the followers of the African Stars? Because we are all not going to be here forever. You were playing, I was playing, we are no longer playing, the team is still progressing. So what is your message as to those who aspire to become part of African Stars?
Yeah, my message is that we need to encourage our players. We need to follow our players. We need to encourage our players wherever they go and whatever. So they need our support on the pitch, on the street, and elsewhere. So I encourage the followers to please hang on to the team, assist wherever it is needed, and most of all, financially and motivationally, and so on.
Now, overall, before I let you go, we played with so many good players. Can you probably name 3, 4, 5 players, the most outstanding players at Africa Stars with whom you've played with?
I would say George Hoveka was one.
Kaniva.
Amos Chombe was one. Floyd Maher was one.
Great player.
Even Koski. You can underreach him.
Slow, but I was very good ball control.
Yes. For our keepers, Ripure was also good. And James Vetor Ramujwa, he was
crazy.
Yeah. And then there was also the young brother of James,
2
yeah. Just to name a few.
Yes. So what is your final message now to the African Stars followers in terms of the behavior and the love for the game and where we want to see this club to be? I mean, African Stars, they've set the bar, they raised the bar in terms of professionalism. Now they're employing a lot of people. It's no longer just a football club. It's an institution. It's an employment entity. What is your final message to the followers of the African Stars?
Yeah, my final message to the followers of African Stars is that they're on the benches. We must behave ourselves professionally. Bad languages must not be used against other people. Or encourage the team, follow the team wherever it goes, and just to name a few.
Support the team whether it win yourself, support the team.
That is it.
Great. So with that, we've come to the end of another edition of African Stars Legends. Chief, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate your presence.
Well, thank you very much for attending me.